Raising the children the right way happens only when you don't force them to do anything. When you don't have this fetish, when you don't have a pressure to raise them. That's when you can raise your children properly. Normally, I would come here and give you all many statistics. Look at the stress levels on children between the age group of 8. Someone told me 8-year-old children, Rashida they're stressed. 12-year-old have suicidal tendencies. See, when we read newspapers, it is just not entertainment. When we read newspapers, we read something beyond the news. So you should give me statistics. Whether it's Mexico, whether it's United States, whether it's India. India is not far behind. Whether it's Portugal, whether it's Spain, whether it's the Middle East. What is the state of children? And if you all are happy to say that yes, my children are doing well financially. See, one lady came up to me just 3 months back. She said, Prayatji, my child is a very good child. He's a very good boy. I said, okay. He has no suicidal tendencies. He respects women. He does not want to get married. I said, does that make him a good boy? He doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink. Therefore, that makes him good. Is this the qualification of good? He goes to a temple every day. One other lady says, my child is good because he goes to the mosque every day. He goes to the church every day. What defines goodness? That is something which I want you all to tell me. What is the stats of divorce? That is something which I want you all to tell me. And at the end, we as parents, we can't do anything. We just have to listen to them. If your child comes up and says tomorrow that, Mom, I want a divorce. Dad, I want a divorce. You will try. In the end, the person will say, the problem is mine, it's not yours. So leave me alone. So I'm not making you all cynical, please. I'm only here with you all, striving with you all to unearth facts and see how we can do what we can do. What I fail to understand, what I can't understand is, how can we raise our children without learning to raise them? This is what I can't understand. Every other profession, when you want to become a lawyer, you learn law. When you want to become a doctor, you learn medicine. When you want to become a cardiologist, you learn. It's 28 years. At 30, 32, you become a cardiologist. When you want to become a chartered accountant, CPA, it's called in this country, you have to study after post-graduation for 3-4 years. Only you get qualified and then you get a job. Then you start working. How is it a compromise with parenting? Parenting is a skill. Parenting is a technique. Parenting needs to be schooled. You need to be schooled on parenting. Just one fine day, the wife comes and says, you know what? Indian wives, they're shy, they don't talk. So the day the Indian wife doesn't talk, the husband understands. Otherwise, non-stop talking. Western wives is no problem. Hey, guess what, Tom? I'm pregnant. They say it openly. Hey, guess what? We're pregnant. Oh, darling, oh, fantastic. But still, whether it's a Easterner or a Westerner, only when you have you planned is the question. Have you planned for your pregnancy? Have you planned for your child? That is the question I want to ask. You need to plan, you need to learn, then you need to bring a life into this world, because you do not know what it means to bring a life into this world. It's like putting the cart before the horse. How can you put the cart before the horse and then tell the horse, pull it? You're telling the cart, pull the horse. You're not doing it the other way. You're not telling the horse to pull the cart. So, my friends, this is what I can't understand. Parenting requires capability. Capability means you have to have the ability. Parenting requires competence. Competence means capability is not necessary competence. Capability is an ability, but competence gives you success because competence takes you towards the end of the goal. So you need to have capability and competence to come together to make your parenting successful. Children are innocent. Today, I'm going to give you all some facts which are baffling facts, all from our Vedas, all from Vedic philosophy. International University of Vedic, by heart that word. Vedic is nothing but an adjective of Vedanta, which is a noun. So, children, what you must understand is they are an epitome of innocence. Innocence arises out of their ego is not formulated. They have not formulated that ego. Since they have not formulated that ego, therefore they are innocent. And since they are innocent, every child, irrespective of religion, since they are innocent, they have a very powerful Udana Shakti. Prana means the breath. Prana means breath, which is the life force. And that life force sustains you by inhalation. When you inhale, you have to exhale, which is called apana. Apana means exhalation. Vyana is the process of total air distribution, right from the toe to your cell in the head. It's called Vyana. Total air distribution. And Udana Shakti, the energy of the mind, which is maximum for a child, 6 months to 3 years. All the sights, all the sounds, all the tastes, everything, sound, taste, Alpaji, sound, taste, sights, language, everything, colors, everything set in between 6 months and 3 years. Everything sets in. So you have only 3 years. What are you exposing your children to? This is what you must understand. So this is the absorption capacity which the children have. Everything sets in. At 3 years, everything. By 5 years, they are an adult. Now, how can parents not understand generation gap? Everybody complains, my God, today's children. So obviously they're getting it from somewhere. They're getting it from somewhere. My host, her niece, her grandniece calls me, yo bro. Hey bro. I said, who's she calling? Yeah, bro, I'm talking to you, bro. I said, Harshika, my name is Prayagraj. I don't know what your name is. I want to call you bro. Obviously, she's heard it from somewhere. Either she's heard it from her mother. Mother will not call bro and all that. Mother is too pious. If you see her, she's too pious. She's all the time in the temple. Today also she's fasting. Or she must have heard it from her mamas. Either Sagar Mama or Prashant Mama. Bro, what's your problem, bro? Udana Shakti, apology. Udana, she's fast. She picks up everything. 6 years, girls, 6 years old, they want to have nails. In this country, there is a fetish for nails. And I'm just come back from New York yesterday. Every block, bro, Sagar, how to send you pictures? There are only nails and nails and nails. I saw Halloween skeleton nails and I saw nails this side. Halloween nails and this nails. I don't know which nails to look at. Nails, nails, nails. I don't know why women love nails so much. Oli? But original nails, no? The original nails are fine. They put artificial nails. You know, see. The original nails also, I'll talk to you after that. No, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying your children pick up. You can't say, darling, not now, after 14. You can say that. But she says, why, mom? You got it. Why can I have it? Udana Shakti. Generation gap. The generation gap. Torn genes. Children. One lady, I was at the aircraft. There was no genes. There was no genes. There was as though they was wearing rags. Literally. Torn. The daughter was also wearing torn jeans. Now, it may be okay. Children emulate their elders. Udana Shakti. The energy of the mind is maximum at the age of 1 to 3. Take it or leave it. So when you talk about generation gap, old people cannot absorb. If you tell Ammaji to change a channel, she will call up Prashant, who's in downtown. And Prashant is handling a major thing, whether he should get clients or handle Ammaji's serial, TV serial. Harshika comes, hey Nani, come on, give it to me. She'll change it. Udana Shakti powerful. As you grow, no, I'm not blaming her. She's good at other things. But as you grow older, Udana Shakti slows down. Therefore, hearing slows down. Seeing slows down. Smelling slows down. How many people have heard COVID? I can't smell. Everything you complain. So, absorption capacity is maximum when you are a child. I don't know how many of you all read New York Times. Policy, you read New York Times? It happened 2 weeks back. Zoe from Ohio. Did anybody hear that? Did anybody read that article about Zoe from Ohio? It was said the 8-year-old target girl. She was known as the target girl. Anybody? Oh, you see, I knew Dibangi is smart. Dibangi, what did you read? Sorry? Yeah. Give her the mic. Because Dibangi wanted to do that when she was 8 years old. She couldn't do that. Give her the mic. Dibangi, please tell us what happened.
I believe it was about a girl who took her parents' car without the parents and drove to Target and went shopping because that's what her mom did. And so she wanted to do what her mom does.
How old was she? 8 years old.
8, yeah.
8 years old. She was having a kind of a squabble with her 2 sisters. And there was something which happened. They went to sleep. And when her sisters woke up, she said, Mom, Zoe is not here. She said, what? What do you mean Zoe is not here? Mom, the car is not here and our dog is not here. 8 years old, she drove by herself to Target. And the police asked her, how did you know? She said, I watched my mom drive, therefore I drove. No accident. Udana Shakti. See, I'm trying to create a base. Children pick up everything from the age of 1 and 5. Take it or leave it. So they imitate everything. They imitate every single thing. James Baldwin, an American writer. Children have never been very good at listening to the elders, but they have never failed to imitate them. So, Udana means absorption. Shakti means power. They want to explore. They want to execute whatever is there within the reach. So therefore, if parents want to create your child as a leader, you need to lead at the young age. What types of language, sounds, taste, touch, everything. So you want to create your children as leaders or creepers? It's up to you. Creepers means everything dependent upon mother. Mom, can I get this? Mom, can I get this? And you love it. You love that. That's selfishness. It's nothing but selfishness. Nothing but selfishness. See, from the time, it's interesting, from the time a mother conceives, from that day, she's a different person. Check it. The moment she knows, hey, you may say, how does he know so much? This is the Vedanta philosophy. What happens is, the moment the mother conceives, constantly the thought flow goes towards my child, my child, My child, my child, my child, my child. 9 months, Radhika ji. 9 months. And after that, lifetime. So, what is the problem is, it is not the my child which is the problem. My child could be a fact. It is the mindness in that child. That is the problem. That is what we are saying. So you need to create an environment for them because they are already absorbing. You need to create an environment. You need to protect them. But if you go on controlling them, they will revolt. I'm going to explain to you as we go. A gardener, a perfect parent is a perfect gardener, or vice versa. You must learn from a gardener. A gardener all the time prepares the soil. The only thing the gardener does is prepare the soil. Soil. Prunes the unwanted weeds and protects the child, protects the baby until that sapling is tender, supports it till that sapling is weak. But once the sapling gets strength, the gardener leaves it, waters it when necessary, gives food, but leaves it. So parents also should understand that you have a role to play up to a point. You only need to prepare, protect, prune from any negativities, prepare the soil, prepare the environment at home. What is your environment at home? Whether you are screaming, everything they sense. You believe they don't know anything. If you have a problem with your husband, they sense. If you have an argument with your wife, they sense. Constantly sensing everything. If you are rude with them, go from here. They sense. Very, very sensitive. Now, I'll prove it to you all. What happens? There are 4 types of children. What happens then? So, your job is to prepare because later on the vasanas take over. Vasanas means vasan. Vasan means that which clothes you. What are your thoughts? Every individual here has different thoughts. Not all the thoughts are same. Your proclivities, the thought textures. From your thoughts come desires, various desires. Some people like pink, some people like black, some people like white. Some people like Gujarati food. Some people like American food. Different thoughts, desires. Those desires set your pattern in your present life, and that pattern goes to your next life and all lives, constant lives. Any religion you can bring to me, I'll prove to you that they believe in reincarnation. You can bring any religion, I'll tell you. So, this is what vasanas do. And what have we done? What have we done? We don't understand that your children, when they grow up, their vasanas will take over. So what do we do as parents? We prepare the ground, constantly preparing the ground to make them a foundation solid so that later on they can lead themselves in the way. See, what you must understand is, remember this, you can never educate a child, you can only guide him or her. You can never educate a child, you can only guide the child. Just as you can never give any knowledge to an elder, but you can only expose the ignorance. And if they want knowledge, they can take knowledge. So the role of the parents is, there are 4 types of children. The first type is hyper. It's not an order. Hyper children, all the time can't sit in one place. Jumping. Come here, go there, that there. Here also, our child here, honestly, making us sit. Because she likes me, she's listening to me. Otherwise, if the child beyond, if there is some other child, if the child is finding this boring lecture, one child looks in the audience and looks at who else is finding the lecture boring. And that man from there says, hi. That child says, hi. You understand? Hyper children, they can't sit in one place. Mom, dad, See, fascinating, Pyataji, fascinating. Even immigration, when you go, no, 15 hours flight. What is Martin's dad's name? Huh? Oh, Martin. Okay. He's the real Martin. He's a fake Martin. Mr. Real Martin. You all just came from Mexico, right? India, Sunil Bhai. India, you take a flight. You sit in the flight and come. What is tiring? Paulaji, what is tiring 15 hours? You sit, business class, and you come. What is tiring? Huh? They act as though they've come, picking up the flight and come. And same chill, they act, oh my God, 15 hours, the flight, food was not good, and the waiting, that air hostess was so rude to me. This, that, complain. And they're waiting in the immigration. Children, small children, they're like, you know those queue minders, doing this. Same child, 15 hours flight, they're going here. Darling, come here. How is that they have so much energy? How do children have so much energy? Hyper children. Hyperness is also a sign of intelligence. Hyper means it could be, your intelligence could be hyper. The desires could be hyper. The level of activity could be hyper. That child needs that kind of energy. You need to give him that feed. You cannot make a hyper child sit in one place. It's not possible. Give him a, what do you call it? The Russian. Cube. Give him the cube, constant. Or give him a ball. Or tell him, go on, run. Keep on coming. Go up. Go, pick up the remote. Come here. Go there. Hyper. Sober child is a balanced child. Both the action and intelligence is balanced. That's a sober child. You'll find sober just sitting. They're smart, but their parents, they'll sit. You understand? Ether child, they are still low. They are not very intelligent. At the same time, they're not very hyper. They are very, like 20-30% developed. You got to push them, everything. Everything you need to push. They need help with everything. Naturally unable child, you cannot do anything for them. That is the sad part. See, today I'm going to tell you all, even if you all don't like it, but I'm going to tell you all today something which is very grave. And there is some food for thought. But in the end, I'm going to tell you how karma functions, how nature functions. There's something which is very grave happening, whether you like it or not. And we are the cause of it. But I'll tell you all in the end. So, how do you take care of these children? I'm going to give you all some pointers. You can stop me at any time and ask any questions. So, parents, lead the way. Stop. If you expect your children to wake up early, wake up early. If you expect your children to eat vegetarian food, eat vegetarian food. If you expect your children to be punctual, be punctual. If you expect your children to talk proper language, you talk proper language. You shut up. Don't dare talk to me that way. Sometime the child is going to shut up. See, do we know what we do? How many here? I mean, it's okay. We are all one family. And nobody's wrong, nobody's right. How many people here have given a choice to their children to say, darling, these are the 4 sets. What do you want to wear today? Wow. Excellent. Oh, lot of people. Great. Otherwise, why are you sitting that way? Why are you sitting that way? Yeah, you. Why are you sitting that way? No, I'm saying, yeah, correct. Your child, your daughter can ask you that. I'm saying some of the parents say, darling, why are you sitting that way? What are you wearing? Which shoes you're wearing? No, don't wear those shoes. Which bow you're wearing? No, not those bow. How are you sitting? How are you standing? How are you talking? What are you eating? No, don't eat this. What are you saying? Come here. How are you talking? Come here. Look at your hair. Non-stop pressure. Tell me if I'm wrong. And you know what is the sad part? What is the sad part? And what is the genuine part? Parents are genuine. They want their children to be good. Why are you talking that way? Exactly what you said. Why can I say that way? But your child cannot ask you that. Indian child, no way. They'll give you, come here, I'll give you one thappad. Thappad. Come here, one thappad. Thappad, you understand? Thappad means slap. Protect your children. You need to protect them. You need to be constant vigilant. Even when you are at work, you need to be vigilant. Your mind needs to be vigilant. What's happening? Alertness, vigilant. All the time. Be worthy of a parent. Vigilance is being worthy of a parent. Constantly. What's happening? Not they should not know. You know. Your left eye knows. Just as when you were dating. After marriage, you don't look at your husband. I know. But when before marriage, you know exactly where he's going. Even if you're at a party. See, there was a guy in the supermarket. Eveldaji. He started speaking to one very good, beautiful looking girl. He's saying, excuse me, can you talk to me? The guy told the lady, she's a very beautiful girl. She said, excuse me, I don't know you. Why do you want me to talk to you? No, please talk to me, because whenever I talk to beautiful girls, my wife comes out from somewhere. Because she was shopping. She was not coming only. He was calling her, texting her. He's not coming. So he said, I'm getting late, I need to go. So he started talking to a good looking girl. Every time I talk to a good looking girl, she comes from somewhere. And she came. What are you doing here? Darling, no, nothing. I was just asking her, something. See, what are we doing is the question. Vigilance. After marriage, you say, this guy, okay, it doesn't matter. I got my children. I got so much my children to take care. He's got vigilance. Be kind. Kindness is something which touches the soul of a child. Never be harsh. Doesn't matter how they speak. In this country, I want you to meet one guy in Michigan. Anything you can't fight with that. Nobody can fight with that. Everything, beta. He's been a doctor for 45 years. I get diabetes when I stand next to him. He's so sweet. Beta. Nahi beta ji, no beta ji. I say, Mohi uncle, when can you get angry? No beta ji, never get angry. No beta ji, nothing beta. Beta means son. Beta, my son, my darling. My son, darling, don't. Dad, I broke up with this guy. Beta, darling, don't worry. Dad, I'm getting bugged with you. Don't worry, beta. Learn to be kind. See, never, one thing I learn and I practice, I never talk about myself. Never. You heard any lectures, but sometimes it's important for me to talk. I was in Michigan. I have proof here. Just coming out of something, whole day working, wanted a peach. They said a peach is very good. Jackie. And as we were exiting the supermarket, one lady, an African American lady, with 6, I don't know, firstly, how she can have 6 children. She looked so young. So I said, maybe her neighbor's children, all she's got. Neighbor's children. She looked very young. Not more than 26, 27. So as we were going, these children, oh my God, this, I got that, I want this, I want chips, I want this, I want sandwich, oh my God, pretzels, I want this, I want cow, I want this, that. She switched off. I looked, I was in the line. My colleague was there with me. I said, what do you want? Why are you troubling him up? He's smart. He said, oh, this was a bakra. Bakra means goat, to slaughter. Small guy. And her eldest child was 14. Youngest child was 4. 6. All, very sad state. Oh, can I take this? Can I take candy? I said, take candy. Can you take Coke? I said, take Coke. I said, listen, ask your mother, because I don't know. In this country, see, where is that lady, our lady? She's all the time with police. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you all what happened. We got to understand, it's rightly so, because even the convicts, they appear to be sweet. So I didn't want to offer a sweet. She may think that I'm abducting a child. So I said, ask your mother. Mom, there is a very nice man there. He said, yeah, I can take the candy. So she looked at me. I said, is it all right? Can I take? The other girl said, can I take? 14-year-old. The eldest one said, Mom, can I take, please? Please take. They all, throughout the time they said, you're so kind. You're so kind. You're so kind. I was not getting my ego inflated. Now, when all of them left outside with the mother, my colleague called the mother and said, do you need something? She said, yeah, I don't mind, even I'll take. She also took. The only word they said was, you're so kind. You're so kind. Learn to be kind. Patience is the biggest base on which the winner of the silent parent can conquer the child. Patience is the biggest base on which the silence of a parent can conquer the child, not in the wrong sense, but in the right sense. If you do not have patience, you can never be parents. One of the main rules of parenting is you have to be patient. They have too much energy. I told you, they have no worries of the past. They have no anxieties of the future. We have all the worries of the past. We have all the anxieties of the future. Therefore, we get tired. Children have no worries, no anxieties. They are all the time in the present. Hence, their energy is bubbling. So, children have extraordinary energy. Parents have no energy. Worry, anxiety. Therefore, you need to be patient. And if a child is aggressive, you need to be silent. Because you have no idea of the power of the silence. That power of the silence, not silent was wanting to show the child that I'm angry with you. You didn't call me, I'm not calling. Get lost. Right? Wanting to prove a point. Not frustration, a mature silence. See, the Bhagavad Gita says, children. Balaha. Krishna says, Balaha. Forgive them, they're children. Christ in the Bible says, forgive them, Father. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they do. While he was being nailed, forgive them. Why? Because they're mature. Parents, when you grow up, you're mature. You will always say, forgive them. And be there for them. Maturity. Avoid comparisons. My trip to America, I won't name the person, but my trip to America, first time I came here in 2009. And first time I came here, I met the #1 hedge fund manager here. I went to his house. I was his house guest. An American, had dinner with him. Before having dinner, his children came. And children saw, who are these funny people dressed like aliens or something. But the mother said, oh darling, come before your father comes. You can have a conversation with Guruji. Not me, my guru. And the son came, 15-year-old son, staying separately. Neelbhai, 15-year-old son staying separately. And he came and said, Swamiji, can you please, I love my father. He has 3 children. One child just died recently. 3 children, 3 sons. The youngest child, 15-year-old guy saying, Swamiji, I love my father. But my father is too overbearing, Swamiji. Can you teach him not to be so overbearing? We love him. He doesn't stop talking. He says, you do this, you do that, you this, look at me, look at your uncle, look at you this one, look at you this one. Stop comparing with yourself and with other children. The 7th richest man or the 8th richest man in the world, his son doesn't talk to him. Today, he told his father, you can have your wealth, you can have everything. He stays with his grandfather. Apparently Indian. Constantly, father controlling. I think you should not do this. I think you should do that. Look at me. Look at us, where we came from. I look at him. He says, he got frustrated. He said, get lost. Don't tell me. This is what you must understand. What happens when you attack children? So never compare, because comparison gives them unnecessarily complexes. That what you must understand. External pressure. Don't pressurize your children because of your selfish demands. Let them pressurize themselves. Children, when they have external pressure, if sober and hyper children can handle pressure. But if your child is between sober and ether, they cannot handle pressure. External pressure. External pressure means what? Parental pressure. Pressure from schools, teachers, they can't handle that. How many suicides in the last so many years? This year itself, I'll give you stats. Because they were not able to hit 90, especially in India. Not hit 90, 92, commit suicide. 90%. Don't hit suicides. So, let parents comfort them. When you pressurize them, they cannot handle pressure. But I'm not saying let them not have pressure. They can have pressure to compete with themselves. And even if they fail, what you must understand is be there for them. Always tell them, compete, doesn't matter. We are there for you. See, does a flower have a pressure? When children have no pressure, they blossom. A flower blossoms by itself because there's no pressure. How many of you all have heard about Lord Byron? Lord Byron? You've heard, right? Lord Byron, he had no pressure. No pressure. He was writing an essay in his school at the age of 7 or 8 and the essay was to write the greatness about Jesus Christ. What is the greatness about Jesus Christ who turned water into wine? You all heard that, right? That famous episode. Water into wine. Ollie. Lord Byron, 3 hours time, he was not writing. He didn't write. The proctor came, my child, please try. My child, please try. Everybody else, all the other children were writing. Puneet, like Puneet writes. Puneet writes, keeps on writing. Anytime you come, Puneet writes, in a good way. Amaji, Lord Byron was not writing. Last few minutes, the proctor came and said, my darling, please write. He wrote one line. He stood first in the university. In his school, he stood first. You know what he wrote? The greatness of Christ who turned water into wine. What is the greatness? He wrote one line. Everybody wrote pages, 3 hours. He wrote one line. He stood first. He said, the element. Lord Byron wrote one line. The element met its master and blushed. Clap loudly. What this way? This way clap. Christianity. Did you know this, Ivaji? Did you know this? The element met its master and blushed. When the element met its master and blushed, who are you and me to write anything? That's the meaning. When there is no pressure, your children blossom. That's the beauty. Carbon in one form is charcoal, carbon in the other form is diamond. But charcoal cannot take pressure, therefore charcoal is soft. Diamond is nothing but carbon, but diamond can handle pressure, therefore it becomes diamond. So let them pressurize themselves. Parents should never put pressure. Parents should only be comforting. Communication. Parents should have proper communication with their children. Don't assume. You assume everything. No, I went and said, see, how many of you all know Balvinder ji? Everybody knows Balvinderji, right? Balvinderji, our cook. Everybody knows her. I know her, though you can't know her. You know how Balvinderji is? Ammaji sends Balvinderji every day in the morning to my room. Guruji, kya khaoge? What will you eat? What's your name, ma'am? Karina. Karina ji. In India, one of my American friends, he said, hey, Prab, come here, man. What's cow? Cow, cow, cow. What's cow? Everywhere I go, Indian houses, they say, cow, cow, cow. I said, what do you mean cow? You don't understand what cow is? C-O-W. Oh, you mean to say they're calling me a cow? I said, no, no, no. They want to make you a cow. Any Indian house you go, whether you like it or not, they eat cow, 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 cow. No, I'm okay. I'm not hungry. Doesn't matter. Cow, cow, eat. But I'm okay. I've just had my life. No, eat. You come to 8 Terra Vita. Your food will be stuffed in your nose, if not in the mouth. Come to 8 Terra Vita. I have to run away sometimes. Food will be stuffed. Niles, Naperville. Huh? One body road. We have a lady who's a drone without going anywhere. She knows everything what is happening. She knows what's happening in Niles. She knows what's happening in Naperville, One Body Road, everything. So, Balvinder, communication. I'm talking about communication. Neel bhai, communication. Balvinderji told me the other day, Guruji, you know what? Very bad thing happened. I said, what happened? Because I'm sitting there alone sometimes, I have to listen to her. What happened? My niece was not answering the phone. I said, oh, really? Oh my God, that's sad. So what happened? No, you know what? Then I called her. She didn't answer. Then she called back. And she said, hello auntie, how are you? Oh, Puttar, where are you? Puttar means daughter, where are you? She's saying, I'm in Thane. She said, oh my God, police got you? She said, I'm in Thane. Thane is a suburb of Bombay. She said, did police catch you? Police pakad ke leke gayi? She said, I'm in Thane. See, communication. You got to be clear with your communication. Especially parents. After 50, don't talk. Message them. After your parents turn 50, 55, don't talk, message them. Official. Anything, blabbering is fine. Doesn't matter. But if you want to have a good relationship with them and parents with the children, anything important, text them. Oh, I never said this. Oh, when did you say that? No, I didn't say that. But you don't. You, every time you do this to me, you taking advantage of my... Honestly, arguing. Text. Communication. Using I and mine. See, this is something deadly. Deadly. Tom's room, don't enter. Tom's room, don't enter. Luckily, I don't have anybody's room here. Even Prashant's room. There's no Prashant's room, don't enter. If they put a board, they buy it and give it. Tom, my room, don't enter. This is my room. This is my house. This is I. Don't talk to me like that. My car, my house. All the time you want to exhibit my wealth. I. Who am I? Mine. I am this. I am that. Mine. My wife. Keep your wife. Nobody's going to take it. I am not able to handle my wife. Oh, meet my wife. Meet my husband. My wife, my husband. I, mine. Mr. Shah, you must understand. Correct? See, it's a disease. 1-year-old girl called up someone I know and she says, hey, auntie, when are you coming to my house? America. In India, generally we don't use I, me, mine. We say our house. Aniketa, one of the qualities of Bhagavad Gita. Aniketa means, Niketan means home. Aniketa means homeless. A spiritual person, there's no home. Aniketa means homeless. Means the attitude of not having mine and I. my home, my car. Innocently you start talking until it becomes a ghost which haunts you. And children pick up the same thing. Mindness creates that possessiveness. And when you have possessiveness, you cannot enjoy your wife, you cannot enjoy your car, you cannot enjoy your husband, you cannot enjoy anything. Hotel room you'll enjoy. Hotel room. From the pool you'll come, in the carpet you'll do all this. But in your house, if there's a Persian carpet, oh darling, can you keep? See, in London, I was a house guest of someone. White carpet. Attention. How to enter the white carpet? We used to carry our shoes on white carpet. My house, mine. So mindness creates that possessiveness. When you are possessive, possessions is not a problem. But when you become possessive, it's a problem. I creates that individuality. I creates that otherness. I creates that separation. It creates you different from others. And when you create yourself, I different, you become alone in this world. Take that Bhagavad Gita verse, please. Chapter 2, verse 71. 5,000 years back. Vihaya kaman yat sarvan pumans charati nispriha nirmamo nirahankaraha sashantim adigachati. I'll explain. Vihaya kaman yas sarvan pumans charati nispriha nirmamo nirahankaraha sashantim adigachati. 71, verse 71, he says, that person, he's talking about a man of realization. That person who renounces means who's grown. All desires, not gives up anything, moves above. A child constantly moves above. All desires and moves everywhere without longing, moves everywhere. When you renounce your desires, when you grow above, you may come to America and you may not long. See, South Indians, wherever they go, they want idli sambar, idli sambar, idli sambar. North Indians, wherever they go, they want chapati, 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 chapati. How can it be possible? When you come to America, you eat whatever you need. You go to everywhere you want to know. See, have you ever been on a cruise? Go to cruise with the Indian. Indians carry 4 sets of clothes, 2 bags of food. Ask Alpaji, she'll tell you. Fafda, dhokla, khakra, am I right? Huh? Thepla. Thepla is very important. No, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's important. We need that. And not only that, they feed the whole cruise. Whole cruise. My mother went. She fed the whole cruise. But when you move everywhere without longing, when I'm here, I'm here. I've never once asked my host, can you get me this? Can you get me that? That's not you go everywhere and create a mess. You become a burden for your host. Today, see, I was in Michigan. They wanted to meet me, but they didn't know who I was. They openly told me, we do not want to have anything to do with so-called spiritual people, because before the spiritual person comes, the list comes first. This food, this seva, this, that. See, Jackie, there was a young boy who wanted to learn, a young boy wanted to learn spirituality, and he went to a guru. Sir, Martin the original. He went to a guru, and the guru said, oh, fantastic, young boy. Sit down. He said, sir, Pope, sir, I want to learn spirituality. He said, you want to learn spirituality? Yes. Do you smoke? So I won't lie to you. Occasionally you smoke and you want to learn spirituality? Give up smoking. He said, okay, sir. Number 1. He's writing, give up smoking. Number 2, do you drink? Sir, I'm a social drinker. Social, unsocial drinker. You want to learn spirituality and you want to drink alcohol? No alcohol, Roshita ji. Give up. Number 3, do you have a girlfriend? Girlfriend, yeah. You want to learn spirituality, you have a girlfriend? No girlfriend. Like that, the guru gives the young disciple 7 items to give up. The disciple sees the list, 7 items to give up. He looks up the guru, 1 item. He gives up the guru. Gives up the guru. He says, enough. No spirituality. I'm okay wherever I am. Sans, I and mine. Nirmamo, nirahankara. Nirmamo means mindness. Nirahankara means without that I. That person attains peace. So this is your formula for peace. If you want peace, stop asserting that I. If you want happiness, stop asserting that mineness, my wife, my house, my this, my that. Wealthy. Can we have that ego slide, please? Children all the time enjoy because an adult minus conscious ego equals to a child. A child plus conscious ego equals to an adult. So while you are an adult, you can be a child. Everybody will love you. That's what Vedanta is trying to say. Why do you love children? Even if a child is in the corner, you'll go and say, chup, 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 chup. Hey, kuchi, 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 puchi, puchi, you'll do. Why? Because there's no ego. But will if you're an adult, who will come to you? You're sitting like this. What do you want? What's that? What that? Learn to be kind. Adult minus conscious ego equals child. Child plus conscious ego equals adult. So parents should stop constantly asserting me, mine. Wealthy and powerful should remain humble. The more wealth you have, the more power you have. Use your wealth for yourself. You can have whatever. You can have a chartered plane. You can have SpaceX. You can have anything. But use your wealth for the benefit of the community. Use your power never for oneself. Always for the help of others. See, one of the greatest industrialists in India, he just passed away. Mr. Ratan Tata. Everybody is talking. Whole world is talking about him. Why? Because he only served. Sagar, the last thing he did, he created the world-class dog hospital in Bombay. Did you know that? He went to Germany because his dog was sick. And when he found out this happened about 10 years back. So they said that you'll need to fly your dog to Germany. He said, why? He said, because the disease which your dog has, no one can treat it in India. We don't have facilities. He flew the dog to Germany. He created a world-class dog hospital in Bombay. Apart from all the other things. It's a 200, Neil Bhai, $250 billion company. He's a boss. Drives himself all alone. So when you have when you have money, when you have power, especially you should be careful that it should not impact your children. How many accidents 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds in India in the last 2 years, they are in jail. One guy crashed his Porsche Panamera, killed 2 youngsters in Pune recently. So you should understand, retain power and wealth only if you are able to use it for the benefit of humanity and not corrupt yourself. Stop making your children dependent. See, this is a 5-day seminar. I don't know when will I get for 5 days. Maximum I can do is, this whole seminar I can do it for 3 days. That's a compromise. 1 hour talk is impossible. But still, when I was told, my Ramaji said, you have to talk on this. I said, okay, I'll talk on this. Doesn't matter. I don't argue there. Stop making them dependent. Be available. Dependency arises out of selfishness. You get catered and you enjoy it. Because you're selfish, you enjoy that. You want that. You crave for it. See, if you make your child dependent, it's like scratching a wound. When you scratch, even sometimes when you get a rash, you love scratching it. It feels good. But that scratch becomes a wound. It's deadly. So don't make your child dependent. Make them independent. Because availability, don't make them dependent. Be available. Availability comes out of obligation. Never ever feel a sense of betrayal. There is no such thing as child betraying the parents. If the child has betrayed you all, which means there is a problem with you. Desdemona in the play Othello, Shakespeare's play Othello, her father Brabantio, he felt offended. He said, oh my God, Desdemona, because Desdemona married Othello. And he said, how can she marry Othello? Because Desdemona was a very devoted daughter. How can she marry Othello? But she married Othello because he was holding on to her. And he went up to the terrace. He went up to the terrace and screamed at the heavens. He said, fathers, from hence not trust your daughters by the way you see them act. He went up and he said, my daughter, she betrayed me. She eloped and got married. And he went up and said, fathers, from hence not trust your daughters by the way you see them act. By the way you see them act means throughout her life, she was devoted to her father. But when she came of age, she needs marriage. That he couldn't take. And he calls it as betrayal. So if you feel your children betrayed, it's not their fault, it's yours. Siblings, last few points I have. Never ever talk about your siblings. Never ever, parents should never discuss their children independently. Never discuss about your daughter with your son. If there is any issue, make everybody sit together and say, now talk. Sometimes parents get a kick to manipulate one of the child and get a kick and then put another child against and then go to other person's house, child's house and say, yo, this is what your brother said, this is what your father said. This is manipulation. Never do that. When I get time, I'm going to write a book called Siblings. I'm going to write a book. Siblings, not siblings, siblings. It's already trademarked, copyrighted, so don't copy it. I've already got a copyright. In case you have ideas, don't do that. So, encourage your children in your swadharma. In their swadharma. Every child here, someone is a mechanic, someone is a doctor, someone is an engineer, someone is someone. You need to bring out that talent, spot that talent and encourage their swadharma. Can I have that Bhagavad Gita verse please? Verse from chapter 3, verse 35. Shreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharma swanushtithat swadharme nidhanam shreyah paradharma bhayavaha. Verse 35, chapter 3. Superior is swadharma. Swadharma means your own nature. What is my nature? Even though devoid of success, then paradharma, well executed. Paradharma means alien nature. MBA. Doctor. Everybody has to be. Today an MBA also becomes a doctor. Or doctor becomes an MBA. Why? Because no, there is a rush. Better, he says, swadharme nidhanam shreyah, better to die in swadharma. Why? Because paradharma is filled with fear. Paradharma bhayavaha. Albaji, someone's nature, you will be successful. But it's frustrating. Encourage your children to have their swadharma. Hereditary. You will pass on what you are based on what you constantly act and behave in front of your children. If you are short-tempered, you will pass on that temper to your child. If you have diabetes, you will pass on. And this is coming down from generations. So hereditary needs to be culled now. It needs to be picked now because humans have a choice of action. We have free will, which is the choice of action. And that free will has to be executed. But it is up to the mother, the father, not to push their children, not to overpower the children. Blood pressure, the mother has blood pressure, the son will have blood pressure, a father has, son will have. This can be changed. Hereditary. Son has wardrobes are flowing out. There is no place to keep the wardrobes of the son. Where does that come from? Because mother has shoes, constant shoes, father has shoes. I know a father who has 3 rooms, shoes. Because he says, Guruji, you tell my mother. He says, no, I don't want to tell anybody. Hereditary. You've got to understand how this functions. Lastly, this is the main point. Parents should, there's a very thin line between spirituality and religion. Today, if your children are terrorists, blame yourself. Because you have taught the religion without the philosophy. You have not taught the philosophy with the religion. Rituals are important. Rituals have a very important place in our lives. But if you don't tell the child how to burn a candle, what's the philosophy, why this ritual, why that ritual, without philosophy, you create them into blind faith, superstition, all the time, fear. And today, the terrorists have become, your children have become terrorists. All them become terrorists because if you do not teach them what the philosophy behind religion is. The reason why I'm saying is, all the wars today are fought in the name of misunderstanding of religion. All the wars. Religion is not a problem. Every religion is sacred. It is not religion. Misunderstanding of religion is the problem. And if you don't teach your children philosophy, let them learn the rituals, but teach them philosophy. Only then you will find a better place. If you do not learn that now, you will never learn it. Lastly, I told you there's a very grave problem we are facing. Rabindranath Tagore says, every child comes with the message that God is not yet discouraged of man. Karina, Rabindranath Tagore is a famous Indian philosopher. He says, every child comes with the message that God is not yet discouraged of man. Which means what? Children are coming, which means everything is okay. If children are not coming, if the mother and father are not able to get children, there is something to think. A child does not want to enter the world. Because we are incompetent or we are incapable of handling them. We are putting pressure. IVF. Don't waste your time. This is the problem. And it's up to every parent, grandparent. Never mind the grandparent. Even the grandparent can take it. But if the parents, grandparents come together and we understand this, because you may say, Guruji, none of my parents taught me this. So you're innocent. I didn't learn this till I got fired. So it is up to us to behave how we want to take this legacy forward. Lastly, a blind man, it's my job to tell you all and leave. One last quotation I have, but it's up to you. A blind man with a vision is far better than a man with a vision but who pretends to be blind. You have vision, it's time to wake up now. But if you have vision and if you prepare to be blind, you pretend. God be with you. Save our children, save our future. This is the legacy of knowledge, what we can leave behind. Thank you very much.
Why the Vedanta Sempiternal course? It gives you the very education which is needed for a human being. It teaches you how to deal with yourself. So over 28 years of research has gone in to bring this course out. You may be married, yet you will be alone. You may have children, but the children go away. But what stays with you is this knowledge. This knowledge doesn't go anywhere. This knowledge refines your mind. It keeps your body in optimum condition, powers your intellect with a knowledge which you can relate to the world. Human beings need to change their focus. The 6 facets of education which you will not get in the world is first the essence. Until you understand education in its essence, you will never benefit from it. The field of education. Are you in the right field? The purpose. What is the purpose? The test. The test of education lies in the individual being balanced. The effect. The effect of education should bring forth satisfaction. The realization of education is when a human being merges with one's true self. So, this course, whether you're a lawyer, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a soldier, whether you're an economist, whether you're a politician, it teaches you how to remain calm within. It teaches you how to gain peace within. Because once you have made peace within, you can set your relationship right with the world. And you will use power in the right sense. You will use money. You will use wealth in the right sense. You will set your relationships right with wealth. You set your relationships right with your wife, with your husband, with your children. Today, children feel disconnected. So this course will teach you how to set your relationships right with your children. This philosophy will teach you how to set your relationships right with your parents. A wife loves the husband but cannot relate to the husband. The husband loves the wife but cannot relate to the wife. Why? So this course teaches you what your body, your mind and your intellect, how it has to be in sync. This is the Vedanta Sempiternal course.